Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 1st of June and I wanted to start this reading vlog. Now I'm not quite sure how this one will go. If you haven't seen my May videos, grieving my grandfather. He passed away at the end of May, and this first week of June I will also go home for the funeral. I will spend some time with my grandma. I took a couple of days off work to be there for her, and reading will just have to happen in the margins right now, unfortunately, but I quickly wanted to talk to you about the books I'm currently reading so you're up to date. I have one book left over from my Asian Readathon TBR, and that is The Tangleroot Palace by Marjorie Liu. This is a short story collection with fantasy stories that this author has written. Marjorie Liu is one of the creators of the Monstrous comics. You can also see that her co-creator designed this beautiful cover of this book, but this is not a graphic novel, this is actually text. So I read the first two stories, really liked them, and now I have, I think, 5 left, something like that. So I will try to make my way through this for the rest of this month. Then I'm currently halfway through Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. This started as a buddy read, but then I just fell behind because I was reading too many books at once. I definitely want to finish this. I really like this series, and a lot of people have talked about how this one has Middlebrook syndrome, but so far I didn't really have any complaints about that. So I am very intrigued to read the second half. I hope I can make this a little bit of my project for this weekend. And then for my audiobook, I'm currently listening to The Bitter Twins. This is also a second book in a series. This is the second book in the Winnowing Flame trilogy, and I'm really liking it. I will do a reading vlog for that series, so I won't talk in depth here. I have about a third of the book left to read, so I also hope that I will finish this quite quickly because I have some big audiobook plans for the rest of the month that I will talk to you as soon as we got this one done. So today is the 4th of June. Tonight I will drive home to see my family, and tomorrow will be the funeral, and I just picked up the car. As you can see from the color of my face, I'm very hot. The car was very hot. But it's a nice car. It seems to be quite fast and small, and that's the kind of car that I like. And yeah, someone behind me is not very excited about being alone for so long, but yeah, I'm excited to see my family, to be able to spend some time with them, and we'll see. I have taken 3 books because I do have a card this time. So I took The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo, I took Sunbringer, which I still haven't finished, and I took the short story collection Tangleroot Palace, which I also still haven't finished. Will I do any reading? Who knows, but I will have options. So So today is the 10th of June. I'm back home and it was a tough week, but all things considered, I think it went very well. I got back home yesterday around noon, so I did have a little bit of time to decompress before I have to go back to work today, but I still feel so exhausted, just emotionally exhausted. So we'll see. It's a busy week. I don't think that a lot of reading will happen, but I do have a couple of things I wanted to update you on. And the first one of those is that I finished Bitter Twins on my drive. That was my audiobook. This is the second book in the Winnowing Flame trilogy. I'm doing a separate reading vlog for that, so you will hear more in-depth thoughts whenever I finish the final book. But I really enjoyed this one. I think I liked the first one a little bit more. I'm giving this one 4 stars. I had a great time with it, but there was a lot of characters doing things where they weren't quite sure why they're doing it and how they're doing it, and it fits the story, but for my personal taste, I just like, you know, a little bit more of a clear-cut journey, and this one felt a little bit more like we're just going to try this because we have no idea what we're doing. And the ending was quite explosive and interesting, and I really enjoyed that, so I can't wait to read the final book in July for our Dragon Read Along, which is hosted by Cleo on the channel Bemused Bookworm, and I will link it down below if you want to join us for the final book. You still have time to catch up, and it's a really great series. I'm really enjoying it a lot. So the next book, the next audiobook I started after that is Mad Ship by Robin Hobb. This is the second book in the Life of Traders trilogy, which is one of the trilogies or the series in the realm of the Elderling series. And again, I will do a full reading vlog for that trilogy, so I won't talk in depth about it here. Basic setup is we have ships that are made from a special kind of wood, and when three generations of captains die on the ship, the ship is alive, basically, comes alive, and we're following the Westrid family as their ship is starting to live and how things are going. And the first book was quite good, but some people say this book is even better. Others don't like the direction this takes, so I'm very interested to see where I will fall. So far I'm really liking it. I finished the first 4 chapters, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite a few hours in the audiobook already. And so yeah, I'm intrigued to go on another journey with these characters. Last but not least, just a quick update with Sunbringer. I read a little bit of this during my bath last night, and so I only have about 60 pages left. I hope I can finish this before the weekend. We will see. I have a very busy week ahead of me, so it's very hard to judge right now whether I will be able to finish it in time for the weekend to read something else, but I'm really enjoying this one as well. This is also the second book in a series. This is the Fallen Gods series or something like that. So the first one was God Killer. We'll see. I will talk more about that one when I have finished it.
Baby, what are those? I brought them with us from home.
So today is the 16th of June, and I think I want to finish off this first part of the vlog today. This has definitely not been a great reading vlog, but unfortunately sometimes in life there are things that are more important than books. So While I haven't really been reading all that much, I still think I did a lot of like important things in the beginning of June. So let's quickly wrap up where I stand right now with my reading. I did actually end up finishing Sunbringer by Hannah Kaner. I only had a couple of pages of this left, so it doesn't feel like a big achievement. Overall, I really enjoyed the second installment in this series. I gave it 4 stars. I think that we have such incredible character development and then also quite some reveals in the second half of this book. I think while the characters are separated in this one, they all have to go on their individual journeys to get where they need to be. A lot of people didn't really love that, but I didn't have any issue with that. I think that I will probably reread the whole series once the final book comes out, because this reading experience of the book has definitely been impacted by what has been going on in my life, and it took me a whole month to read this book, which is ridiculous. So yeah, I liked it. I will definitely reread this one, and yeah, if you have only heard like negative things about it, I want to be the voice to tell you it's not that bad. It's a really good book, and I love these characters, and there's like such high stakes right now, so we'll see where the last book takes us. I did not make any more progress in the Tangleroot Palace. I still have quite a few stories to read in that one, and I really need to get to it. It's ridiculous at this point. And then last night I tried to start reading The Familiar by Leigh Bardugo. Unfortunately, I read 1 chapter and fell asleep, which is not because of the book, but just because of my current state. So this will be a book I talk about in the next June reading vlog if you're interested. I definitely can't wait to get into this one. And last but not least, for my audiobook, I did make quite good progress yesterday. I'm currently a little bit more than a third into The Mad Ship by Hobb, and I'm really enjoying the second book. I definitely like it more than the first book. I think in the first book, the characters were all stumbling around a little bit too much for me, and I felt like all of their problems were pretty much self-made, while in this one, we do get some clearer like pathways and also some clearer like villains, so that I have the feeling that our characters are not just like wasting their lives being stupid, if that makes any sense. So definitely having a great time with this second book. So that would be all for this reading vlog. Let me know what you've read in the first half of June, anything of note. I will talk to you very soon. Leave a like or a nice comment, always appreciate those, and goodbye!